Only one game in their first 10, but coming up against the mean West Coast Eagles was the slumbering giant about to wake up. And how good were the Tigers really? Well, let's have a look. We firstly take a look at some highlights of the first three quarters, and in commentary are Peter Landy, Ian Robertson and Ross Glendinning.
Djakovic, a best and fairest winner.
A great smother.
One of his rare mistakes, kicks into the man on the mark down there.
Well, got the mistake. It was a great smother, Peter.
Naish loves a goal. Left foot snap. Oh, what a goal it was! Sensational start time. Richmond free kick to be taken by Jamie Tape. In towards left half forward. Campbell to Knights. Inboard. The run of Maxfield. Maxfield kicks on the run. Oh, that is a gem. Added the congestion to half forward. Kellaway underneath it. Punchaway didn't quite clear the pack. Now here's a chance for Godden. Came on in the first quarter. Godden goes at goal. And he's kicked a ripper.
Follows suit almost unintentionally, of course, and then ball just losing complete control of that.
Kick out of the pack. Was kicked by Ball, so he's made amends. It's a goal.
Gatherers by Broderick. Plays the ball on in front of himself. Then gets a clear Bauer. Tackled by Heady. Hand pass wide. Turnbull. Back to Kemp. Must capitalise here. Kemp is talented and skillful and does it beautifully. It's a goal of the Eagles.
Opportunity for Maxfield, who himself kicked a great goal in the first quarter. Djakovic up high for the mark. Edwards, quick hand pass onto Rogers. The bounce certainly going to be a factor. Off the ground, Maxfield. And a goal.
Gale's kick towards the wing, punched away by Metropolis was pretty good, but it's gathered now by Campbell. Campbell runs through the wing, kicks in towards half forward. Worsfold does well. The ball rebounds now. Bullis, handball. Can Neil get down at ground level? Yes, he can. And he does it nicely, Mark Neil, and gets the Tigers' first goal of the second half.
Eagles under siege here now. They'll be able to get away with it through Worsfold. He gets it back to Waterman. He gets it back to the captain. Threads it through some pretty heavy traffic. Kemp, Worsfold, nearly in trouble. Rogers collides with Campbell. Campbell comes away with the football. 25-metre hand pass to accommodate Bond. Steadies onto the right foot and has kicked a goal.
Kicks in towards full forward. Edwards.
Free kick.
Free kick, Edwards.
Advantage is paid. Naish has kicked a goal. Raining goals for the Tigers. His kick will go near the 50-metre line. At the back, well, Ball has taken his 9th mark. Handball away to Evans. Now Waterman. He may get his goal now, Roscoe.
Yes.
Waterman, good kick. He is a good kick. He kicks a goal.
The Tigers hadn't beaten the Eagles in their previous 10 meetings, but they jumped out to a 29-point lead at quarter time and still led by 33 points at the last change. That's still the margin as we pick it up early in the last quarter with 18 minutes remaining.
Ball and David Burke. Ball gets the front posse and gets his right foot to it. It's gone over on the full, one would suggest. No, it may have been touched off the boot because it certainly looked as though it cleared the line. Michael Gale protesting. And, the boundary umpire it looked to me as though it went over. Well, you couldn't quite see from that replay, but the umpire officiating in that area quite emphatic about that decision. Again, it's over for a throw-in. A little further away, about 40 metres now, around from the West Coast goal. 11-14 to 7-5. No addition to three-quarter time scorers yet. Deer, number 14 for the Tigers. Turnbull, punch clear by Ball. Gathered by Broderick. Gets it outside 50. Bond up high. Simmons just keeps it in the area. Ball it was. Banfield left it. Gathered by Rogers. Rogers left foot kick. Bounces in the centre. A fumble there by Hart. Pressure applied by Naish. Still David Hart. Gathers and then kicks it back towards goal for the West Coast. Kellaway and Heady. Greg Deer for the Tigers. Kicks it clear. Out into the path there of Matthew Knights. Banfield, the West Coast player. Knights prepared to handball it in front of himself, but Banfield does well. Gets the handball for Simmons. Simmons spins out of trouble and then throws it onto his right foot. Kicks it into the pocket. Nearly the mark taken back there by Burke. He's appealing for a push. No free kick. Throw in will take place. Right forward pocket for West Coast.
Could almost have played that a free kick, Robbo, because even though Ball was going for the ball, in doing so, he came into the back of Burke, so free kick's there.
The back of Burke. Lovely spot too it is.
Haven't been there.
Well, I have. It's a bit warmer than we have here at the moment. And it's starting to rain as well. Just to add to the troubles of West Coast. If they get out of this, it'll be a Houdini job, I'd reckon. At the back ball, Mitchell, it was Pike. They need something to happen, as I said, quickly, the West Coast. Off the hands, Bauer. Still he goes, Nathan Bauer. Knights calls for it. Doesn't get the hand pass he wanted. Ball needs to bounce for him. Banfield chases. Onto Bond. Bond left of the square. Djakovic will punch. No free kick either. Bullis kneeled. A snapshot in the rain. That'll be a goal. Kicked by Nathan Bauer. Richmond's 12-14 to 7-5. And that's going to make the Eagles' task, you would think, from here pretty impossible.
Exactly right. And here, Bullis just did the right thing, hung on to the ball, almost Docker style there, just waiting for the opportunity to come. Gave it off. The centering kick was very good, and Bowers had a great game on Matera, sent him off the ground today. Finishes off, which will make it pretty difficult.
Well, one would suggest it's nigh on impossible now for the West Coast. Kemp, a high kick towards half forward, getting back Campbell. Safe chest mark. All wrapped up there by Wayne Campbell, left half back for Richmond. Tigers would welcome the rain, but it just makes it that little bit more difficult to kick a bundle of goals in succession. Campbell's kick out wide to the wing, and the mark taken by Broderick. Broderick has had 20 possessions and kicked a goal. Eureka providing the lead, but Broderick goes in high in that direction. Free kick, and it will go to Djakovic. Advantage is paid. David Hart comes away with the ball for the West Coast. He's kicked towards the wing. Heady and Callaway. Well, there was a bit each way there, I would have thought, but Heady being sprung by the umpire, Callaway will get the free kick.
Well, it's the most experienced umpire there. They're just holding the right arm of Callaway, which precluded him from turning and going back on the footy. He's had a very good game, Callaway. Seen Heady off the ground too.
Gives the hand pass away to Campbell. Campbell scouting down as he kicks the ball. Towards half forward, the mark is taken by Metropolis for the West Coast.
Campbell was flattened behind the play. And a very heavy shepherd. And still the rain falls. Metropolis has kicked. Huge pack of players down there. Simmons to Waterman. Good hand pass.
Too far.
A little bit too hot for Evans. Gets out of it well. Left foot snapshot. It's going close, but not close enough by Tony Evans, and it rolls through for only a behind.
That's been score of the day, hasn't it? Just their precision hasn't been there like it normally is.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Robbo. Just those things, just like half a foot too far in front.
Exactly.
With the sort of condition the ground's in, makes it difficult for the player to stop and turn around.
Gale kicks to centre wing. Knights overruns it, so too does Matera. Hand pass away comes from Jason Ball.
It's going back to Matera, Pete, because he was held just briefly by the jumper and trying to get back on the footy, so that's why the kicks come back.
Peter Matera to Chris Lewis.
She's been thrown to the wolves today, Ross, on the bench for most of the game. Then when he comes on, he's been asked to play at full forward, the team that's only been able to manage to kick 7 goals.
Yes, and a couple of times he has presented himself. The ball's bounced right over his head, and other times he's presented himself and they've kicked it over his head.
55 metres out, Lewis. Not going to be a score. Out in front of goal. Huge pack of players go for it. Heady has to beat 3. Callaway. And the ball shuffled over the line. It will be thrown in 5 metres from the behind post. We've got under 14 minutes left in the match.
Miranda off for Richmond. Sorry, Pete, Miranda off and Daffy is on back onto the half-forward flank.
Turnbull and Deere. And a great battle all day. And again, the ball shuffled to the boundary line. It beats Rogers and Simmons. A little bit further around this time. And once again, another throw-in to take place. John Northey still barking instructions. Looking for the side's first win against West Coast in the last 11 outings. Turnbull hits it down in front. Richmond just holding it up again, suiting them right down to the ground. West Coast had a dirty day here against Carlton, and it's not proving much better here this afternoon. Campbell, who's been terrific. Now Callaway. Callaway's kick up towards centre wing. Jakovic. McKenna was there. Evans takes it. Evans kicks towards half forward, and the mark is taken by Waterman. And with the breeze at his back, maybe not too far out to score. Good long roost. Certainly got the distance without any problems, Waterman, but only one behind. So he's kicked 1 goal 1. And the Eagles tally of 7 goals 7. Richmond 12-14. 13 minutes left.
37 points is the advantage for Richmond. The kick in gathered by Kemp, not quite able to get the hand pass away. Evans, wider still, in trouble was Pike. Now Matera, tackled by Bauer. Good harassment provided by Bauer. Umpire not prepared to award a free kick one way or the other. He will throw it in the air. But from Richmond's point of view, great negative tactics there by Nathan Bauer. The ball bashed back towards the 50-metre line.
Coming back to free kick to Bond.
Is that unfair?
Well, the umpire says so. Simmons trying to shepherd to allow Kemp to go free.
Yes.
Bond was chasing Kemp. Simmons came in and the judge is going a little bit high and in the back of Bond. He's been pretty good all day too, Robbo, 13 and 6.
Oh, he's been a terrific player, Chris Bond, over, well, ever since he crossed from
Best and first last year.
We're going to see well, we may see a replay. No, we're not going to. Bond will go on with the play. His kick just holds up in the breeze. It lands, well, at half forward. No mark, but Worsfold receiving from Simmons. Worsfold's kick, well, to no one in particular. Out in front is Turner, attacking the football with great positive attitude there. Knights, his kick, taken there by Daffy. Daffy goes into goal, and that's rubbing salt into the wound.
Deer, that was Daffy's second goal. Knights takes the little flip on. Around Worsfold, goes at goal. Oh, he's kicked another one! So 11 Richmond players have now scored goals, and the Tigers here are well and truly home. 14-14 to 7-7.
I was just wondering whether he might have been pinged for running too far, but they're just good hands there. He gets around, he's taken quite a few steps.
Yes, could have been pinged, about 18 altogether.
Definite class there from Knights.
A couple was short, maybe that's how he got away with it. So the Tigers on a roll now. 11 and a half minutes left in the match. The rain has stopped. The Eagles haven't, but it's Richmond who have led all day. Deer. Bond was being held by Kemp. Umpire lets it go. Rogers taken out by Evans. Good hip and shoulder bump. Got to try to get something happening. Worsfold's kick up towards left half forward. No mark taken. Burke taken out of the contest. Heady tries to get it out to his teammate in ball. Still he goes. Kicks across his body. And the mark is taken on 50 by Tony Evans.
Well, it'd probably test Evans, I would think. A couple of players in the last term have had trouble getting the distance from there. His kick lands in the goal square. A little push out.
Yes, that's
I saw that.
Trying to emulate the Malcolm Blight nudge, but not subtle enough.
So it's against Heady to be taken by Callaway. Callaway's short kick. Mark is taken there by Scotty Turner. Can nearly come across to the near side of the ground. He will. Making good position is Rogers. He's done pretty well since he's come off the bench. The kick is okay. Mark taken by Jurica. Jurica somehow got the kick past Jakovic. It'll rebound back to Glenn Jakovic. Shows a bit of strength, not able to control the football. Ball comes clear. Maxfield tackled by Metropolis. Spills to Naish. Naish's kick is offline. And third behind. Kick by Chris Naish. Mitchell White has recovered from the ankle injury that we thought he may have incurred in the third quarter. The ball in the centre of the ground. Broderick. Campbell. Lovely long hand pass. Hit his target with precision. Turner's kick. Nearly marked by Bullis. Knocked away by Mitchell White. Naish provides the pressure. Knights does well. In goes Waterman. And the umpire will be forced to throw it in the air. And Bullis in trouble off the ball.
After that marking contest, he landed rather awkwardly. Hart. The boundary line is closest. The umpire says throw it in. Gee, they wouldn't want to lose another tall player. It's his wrist, it looks like. Of course, Brendan Gale out. Richardson is missing for the season.
Tony Free.
Tony Free with a knee injury. Kemp, a little juggle. Hart does the shepherding for him. Kick to centre wing. Ball, a good mark.
It's been a shining light, really. 10th mark for Ball.
Offloads it back to Kemp. Onto Turnbull. Past Daffy. Long hand pass. Past just about everybody except Campbell. Evans pressuring. Picks it up right on the boundary line, Tony Evans. His hand pass wasn't good enough. Prescott, who's been terrific, had an excellent first half. Daffy comes in to lend assistance. The umpire will bounce it. And the cheers are for Bullis, who's coming off the ground. And Edwards comes back on. Under 9 minutes left in this match. The difference 50 points. So John Northey can take him off without worrying too much about it. It's going to be another ball up. I can assure you it's a lot lighter watching the match on television than it is actually here. The F-stop is down to about 2.8 or less. What a happy chap he is, Mick. Quick kick out of the pack. Bounces just inside the line. It beats Bond and Kemp over the line for a throw-in, about 65 metres from goal. Well, looking at them, you'd think they're being beaten. Coaches don't usually show too much emotion, do they, in the boxes? Deere and Turnbull, Kemp, Bond. Very educated kick just inside the boundary line. And Chris Bond limping as well.
He won't feel it quite as much as a few of the West Coast players.
Yep. Turnbull wins it. Prescott, a little tap on. Rogers, who's done well since he came off the bench. That's out of bounds, and we'll see a throw in on centre wing just on 8 minutes left in the match. Let's go down to Dipper, who has some injury news for us.
Yes, Peter Bullis is in a bit of trouble down here. He's had his left wrist strapped heavily. It looks like he's sprained it and could have broken his wrist.
Well, you saw there the replays, wrist just underneath himself. He actually fell on it himself, and it's obviously buckled underneath there. So bad luck for Paul Bullis in the dying minutes of the game. Let's hope it's not as serious as Dipper is suggesting. The ball out of bounds, left forward pocket for Richmond. Jurica gets the front posse from Jakovic, then taps it into the path of Naish, then Daffy. Daffy scragged to the ground. Ball spills over for a boundary throw-in. John Worsfold has had a pretty hard day back there in defence for the West Coast. Richmond by 50 points. They're more than doubled West Coast score. We've still got 7 3/4 minutes left. Again, the boundary umpire to come into play there in that forward pocket for the Tigers. Matthew Rogers started on the bench. Had 8 kicks and 3 handballs since coming on. Jakovic gets the front posse from Jurica, but Jurica working very hard. So is Nick Daffy. And now a free kick. It's Prescott, is it? Underneath that.
Yes.
Being awarded the free kick. Jakovic not too pleased with that decision. But he goes down here and really fell first. Didn't quite see that there was a free kick in it, maybe too high.
That's what the umpire said, Robbo, too high. So,
well, Prescott with the ball. Certainly the umpiring decisions have gone in Richmond's favour, but well, Neal with the ball in the pocket, runs away, gives away ground, over the top of Bauer, kicked off the ground by Matera, and it marked the 11th mark taken by Jason Ball. Handball back to Kemp. Kemp off the left foot. Goes down the boundary line, looking for Heady. Matera able to gather, then handballs to his own advantage, looks for Heady. Oh, well done by Turner, that was strong work. Turner close to the line, eventually taken over, and the Richmond fans pretty happy with that. They don't mind seeing Peter Matera bundled over. But don't forget, Tiger fans, this is only early in June. Boundary throw in. Attempted kick from mid-air by Prescott. Ball spills now for Scott Turner. Turner kicks over on the full. A wry smile. So the free kick will be taken down here in front of us by Tony Godden. Probably too far out to score, but he kicks it to the front of the goal square. Ball knocked away. Lewis, a little kick off the ground. Banfield gets it back to Evans. Evans kick fairly well ineffective. Lewis looks for Godden. Goes past that player. Rogers was good. And the Tigers lock it up at centre-half forward for the West Coast. And still they struggle. West Coast have managed only 7 goals, 7. 6 minutes left in the game. On the other hand, Richmond 14-15. 49 plays 99. So the Tigers, there's a kick by Pike. Goes across the face of goal. And a behind is scored for the West Coast. So now from their point of view, at least Richmond have not doubled their score. 99 plays 50 in the dying minutes of the game.
Kick out, rolls towards the line, and Gale, Matera has to beat 2 of them. Campbell paddles it underneath, and eventually it's knocked over the line for another throw-in. And we certainly tried Peter Matera. He was benched at one stage, which doesn't happen too often. Throw in right on 50. Deere out the back, Kemp and Bond. Bond still limping a little bit. Kemp, or rather Pike, it was off the ground. Evans, a little give. Knights, Rogers fumbles. Pike again. Knights went backwards. Prescott does well. Touched by Jakovic. Tape ridden into the ground in that tackle. And it will be another bounce.
And that's right, but that's where the free kick should come, because the player was ridden into the ground from behind, even though he had the ball.
And if anything, the light a little bit on the improve.
Jurica. Glow from the Richmond fans, Pete.
Could be. McKenna. Bauer. Tackle is by McKenna. Bond comes in, so it is Kemp. It's all tied up again with the clock ticking down to 4.5 minutes remaining in the contest. Well, it was a pretty good performance from Richmond today, heralded by that excellent start when they kicked 5-6 with the breeze in the first term. Jurica knocks it down. Naish kicks across his body. One-on-one contest up there. Well, in the end, it was no contest. Edwards comes out and marks. He's had a stint on the bench. He came on just a few moments back to replace Bullis.
The advantage of being in front when you're kicking into the breeze.
Stuart Edwards for his second. 11 Richmond players have scored goals today. Shouldn't miss from there, and he hasn't.
Well, Greg Deere still working tirelessly. Gets it clear for Rogers. Rogers kick into the forward line. Oh, great leap. Is that a mark? It's been paid. It was a terrific stretch by Edwards. Now a 50-metre penalty. So he must kick from right in front, because the West Coast player kicked the ball away as he was about to collect it. So nothing going right from the West Coast point of view. Edwards surely must kick his 3rd goal from the square, and he puts it through.
Puts it out of the ground.
3 goals to Edwards. Richmond 16-15, 111. They now lead by 61 points. So plenty of cheering from Tiger fans, but nothing much happening from the West Coast side of it.
Yes, and a new ball comes out. That's a Dunstalish mark.
Sure was.
A real catch there. And there was the 50. We just saw that as White just kicked that ball away in frustration. And Edwards kicked the ball out of the park, obviously looking for his car in the car park. Got a fresh ball.
3.5 minutes left in the match. 111 to 50. Edwards getting his 3rd goal. 2 in the last 30 seconds. Evans' kick should be marked by Bauer. Might have got a free kick as well. He plays on. Matera's got him. Campbell comes in to lend assistance. Almost a throw out to Broderick. Pike chases. Ineffective. Straight down the centre of the ground. No mark. Naish. A quick kick. It bounces. Through for a goal. He's kicked 3. Tigers certainly roaring now. 17-15 to 7-8. 3-3 to Chris Nash. Got the first goal of the game, and it might be the last as well.
Yes, and Broderick, who's had a terrific game, pushed the ball forward, and they've now got 4 multiple goal scorers, whereas the Eagles had to rely on Jason Ball with 4 goals out of their total of 7.
Well, terrific game by Chris Nash. I believe that his mother may be a little sick at home, but she'll get some sort of a fillip from this. A Tiger win and her son playing pretty well. Campbell down. Broderick tries to hack it out of the air. Waterman under pressure. Broderick productively gets it to Matthew Knights. Knights' kick to the goal front. It's a good kick. Mark nearly taken by Neil. Gathered by Edwards. It's another one to the Tigers. 4th. Edwards has now kicked 4 to be the equal leading goal scorer on the ground with Jason Ball. But more importantly, Campbell is up on his feet. But have a look at this clash. Handball comes out. Bang goes Evans on Campbell. And the ball finally cleared by Broderick. Finishing with Edwards. Neil could have nearly been played the mark. There's a blue between Burke and Jason Ball. Edwards got the goal for the Tigers.
So temper's becoming a little bit heated. Free kick taken by Greg Deere. Deere down towards half forward. Edwards dragged off the footy. Umpire lets it go. Tape goes in solidly to try to pick it up. Can't do so. Metropolis with the clearing kick towards the grandstand side. Bounce, a fickle one at that. Brennan back to Matera from left half back. Matera's kick up towards, well, left half forward. Ball bounced awkwardly for him. Might go off the ground. Oh, great pick-up from Ball. Goes at goal. Will it bounce through? Yes, it does.
Hit the post,
Oh, it shaved the post on the way through. Great pick-up by Jason Ball. He's now kicked 4 goals, 3. I thought he might have kicked that off the ground. But a superb pick-up. 7-9 to 18-15. It deserved better.
Yes, he's been a standout play for the Eagles today,
has he
Jason
what?
Ball.
I think he used the term shining light. Well, we could take dual meanings from that today. This is Rogers. He started the game on the bench, but has done pretty well. A little nudge out there by Jakovic. Good use of the body, good mark. Jakovic close to centre wing. Bond. Rogers again gives him good support. Waterman looking for options. Finds Kemp. No one there. He thought about the hand pass. Goes in short eventually. No mark taken on the forward line. Brennan, quick kick. Turner stands his ground and takes the mark.
Gee, their defence has been terrific, hasn't it? They've got some unheralded players back there, but they just work very, very well together. They eventually get it clear where Tape is prepared to take it over with Metropolis for a boundary throw-in. Well, the Tiger fans can celebrate tonight. It's been a magnificent performance. I think most of the so-called scribes, experts, whatever you like to call them, thought that without Richardson and Brendan Gale that they could go down. Tony Free out of the side. Oh. There's 2 of them in trouble there. Oh, terrible clash. Neald is in all sorts of trouble.
Neald and Tape.
Turnbull goes for goal for the West Coast. It'll bounce in the square. No, it won't. It's marked on his chest by Heady. And still Mark Neald is in all sorts of trouble. Well, let's hope he's okay. The stretcher is out. Brett Heady will kick a goal for the West Coast. But I think the interest should be back where the 2 Richmond boys flew for the mark. Neald in lots of strife there. The camera work giving you a very good look. Heady goes for goal. Brett Heady kicks his first goal. And the West Coast get their 8th goal. Half a minute left. 8-9-57. 18-15, 123. Richmond lead. But, well, we may get another look here.
Well, Jamie Tape courageously went back, Robbo, but probably easy to say, but he perhaps could have allowed Bullis to Neil to come through.
And that's the scene with Neil still on the stretcher. There's only half a minute to go. Let's watch Tape going under the flight of the ball.
Forehead on chin, and there's a gash, a little bit of a gash and a bit of a boot unintentionally from Metropolis, but there's, I think, a gash on Neil's chin just there, which I think is where the forehead of tape came. There it is, yep.
He'll have a decent old headache tonight. Let's take it again.
As I say, terribly courageous by tape, but perhaps didn't really need to go there.
Maxfield came onto the ground to replace him.
Yes, they've now got to take him right across the other side of the ground, Pete, to where their change rooms are, so there'll be a bit of a delay.
What's about the only downer from a Richmond point of view this afternoon, although I suppose Craig Bullis Paul Bullis going off earlier with what could be a potentially serious wrist injury. A clash of heads, the forehead and the chin, combining a decent old knock.
It's amazing too, when he was hit, when he hit the ground, because of the impact, he's hit the ground with not too much protection from arms. Yep. He's just, the whole body has just hit the ground, which probably made it look or made it feel worse than it could have been.
So not long left in the match. It's been a 7-goal final quarter for Richmond. 7 goals, 1 they've added. Less than half a minute remaining in the match now here at Optus Oval. Banfield from the centre bounce, kicks up towards half forward. Callaway and Heady burst his way through the pack, snaps at goal. That looks pretty good. He's got it.
Tonight in Tigerland, a 10-goal victory over the Premiers, 18-15 to 9-9. Edwards kicked 4, Naish kicked 3, and for the Eagles, Ball kicked 3. A crowd of 17,000 at Optus Oval.
The 1995 AFL Premiership League ladder, brought to you by Coca-Cola.
So Richmond and Geelong consolidating their positions on top and in second place on the ladder. Carlton with a game in hand in third place and the Bombers fourth. For the time being, Collingwood still in the 8, although they'll be certainly tipped out tonight.
The 1990